Hello, my name's Maria and today I'm speaking to you from Winslow Skincare. I'm completely makeup free and I was actually going to talk through the makeup that I put on every day just to give you an idea of what I use and what my favourites are. The first thing that I would do is I would always make sure that I pop my moisturiser in. I absolutely love Environ C-Quence and I always follow that up with an SPF product. There is SPF protection in some of my makeup, but I think the most important thing is SPF protection in terms of anti-aging and protecting your skin. I prefer to use a specific product for that. Now, the next thing that I use always is I use RevitaLash. We've spoken about that in other videos, but it's a really fantastic product. And literally, this is how you do it. You would literally, just from the center of the eyelashes out, just get another dose. So one, every time it goes in, there's a dose. And you just literally pop it near the root of your eyelashes and just out to the edge of your eyelashes. So that's RevitaLash, and I pop that on every morning, and that really helps to condition my lashes and helps them to grow. It's really good. If you're actually addicted to false eyelashes, I really would suggest to try that. Dark circles around your eyes is actually often a sign of intolerances in your diet, something that you're maybe struggling to digest. It could obviously be late nights. So I use a very small brush called the Camouflage Brush, and I use the product and I take the smallest amount, pop it onto my hand. My glasses, I hope I can see this. I just put the smallest amount around here just to, you need, the trick with this product, which is called Enlighten, is less is more. It will reflect the light, it will counteract any darkness. So just using this tiny little brush, I'm just right up to the lash line. I can actually go in there as well. You can see how little of this product I have used. But that's the product. It's called Enlighten. There's 2 shades. And as I say, I don't always use it. Sometimes if I feel this is dark, if I've been in the sun and it does go darker, I will use some of this concealer on top of my pigmentation. And then the next step would be to apply some foundation. And there are many foundations. If I was just kicking around the house, I'd probably use something like Dream Tint, which has an SPF. It's a tinted moisturiser. But I really love this. This is called Beyond Matte. It's got a lovely finish. It's almost like a second skin. There are 22 shades, so there's definitely a shade for everybody. Clients come into the clinic and they can be colour matched very, very easily. The trick again with this product is less is more. So very, very little. This will last 18 months. Normally with foundations, we've all got foundations now that we probably haven't used because we've been stuck at home. I'm probably not wearing very much makeup, but usually they're about 6 months, liquid foundations. But with Iredale, they're actually 18 months. And this would probably last me 18 months, so it's not going to go out of date if I use it every so often. Right, so there's several brushes you can actually use to apply your foundation. I particularly like this one, and this will give me a slightly heavier coverage. There is another brush, this brush, which gives me a much lighter finish. You can see there's longer hairs and shorter hairs. And if I wanted a lighter finish, same foundation, but a slightly different finish, I would use this brush. This brush you can see is much more of a sponge, so it's going to give me a slightly heavier coverage. So the first thing I will do, whichever brush I use, and I definitely would use a brush. I really wouldn't put this foundation on without a brush. If you put it on with your fingers, you just don't get the same effect. And because less is more, if you put too much of this foundation on, you just don't get the same effect at all. So with the foundation, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to dot it around my skin. You'll see a little goes such a long way. This brush can also be used for blusher. It's a really versatile brush. I'm going to do another video just on brushes the week after next because brushes are so important. You can see I still have some there. So just wanted to make that point that you can use very little of this. I rarely use it all because I don't want to put too much on. So that shows you how quickly, just blending it down a little bit, how quickly you can apply your foundation. Now that foundation is actually a concealer. So you could use this as concealer under your eyes very easily. You don't have to use a separate product. You could just use this. This is a concealer, a foundation, and a primer all in one. So it's a really good 3-in-1 product. Great value for money because, as I say, it lasts 18 months. You need so little. So that is Beyond Matte. That's my favourite foundation. And we have done many videos on this. It's the most popular product they do, I think, really, Iredale, which is the makeup that we stock here at Winslow Skincare. I would definitely say to use the powder with the Handi Brush. The two go together. In fact, there's 3 things that go together. I'll just talk about these 2 to start with. What you would do if you're going to apply the powder is you would just pop your brush in like that, knock off any excess, and you literally just pop it onto your skin, always using downward strokes. You can pop it across your eyes, and that will give you, you can actually touch that up during the day if you want to, but you will find if you use a liquid foundation, as do I, it will really seal in your foundation. Now the final part of using the powder, I said there were 3 products. The Pommist, there are several mists. There's hydrating mists, there's one for oilier skin, and this is Pommist, which is probably a bit more anti-aging. All of them are really, they're called hydration sprays, but I would almost say they are setting sprays, because if you spray this onto your skin, having used your powder with your Handi Brush, if you now use this, your powder will not move. I'll show you, I'm probably going to do a different video about when you pop your mask on. People are very worried now that they're going to put their mask on, which is usually white, and then there's going to be transference of their powder, their foundation onto their mask. If you use this, there will be no transferring of makeup onto mask, I guarantee it, absolutely. And I'll show that in a video. So with this, you literally just spray. It's absolutely lovely. Oh, it's such a divine smell. The pomegranate smell, really, really lovely. That's the 3 products that you use together. You can use this just on its own. I like to use a liquid foundation underneath, and then I put this on top. But this you can use on its own. Absolutely wonderful. And as I say now, it's early in the morning now, it's about 7:30. I'm not going to need to touch up my makeup at all. I absolutely guarantee I won't have to touch it for the rest of the day, and it will look exactly the same. Once this hydration spray dries, if I were to really rub on my skin, which I will show you in another video, you'll see my makeup wouldn't come off on my hand. I don't know of any other makeup on the market in which you can do that. Finally, I want to talk about blushes. So often people as well, particularly with acne, etc., they do get really, really bad breakouts and congestion on their cheeks, and that's often because the blushes that they use have much higher colourings in and lots of really irritating ingredients. So I use a Iredale. There's several that I've got here. I've got a lovely rose one here. Then I have another one here. I've got a little selection actually, I feel. That's got slightly different colours than you can see, and this one is called Peaches and Cream, and it's the one that Megan used on her wedding day and still uses. So using my fan brush, there are several brushes you can use. If I want more blusher, I would use this brush. If I want a lighter coverage, which I do with this, I don't want too much of this, I will use this brush here. So I'm just going to literally brush over, tap off any excess. This will not take too much, and I literally just on my cheeks. And I might put a little bit up there, a little bit down here. So it's almost like a 3. I might use the lighter colour in here just to put underneath my eyes, just to have a little bit of highlighter underneath my eyes, because I do get a bit concerned about dark circles. So that is liquid foundation, powder and blusher, just to give you an idea of what I put on every day. Oh, I tell you what I will do. It will literally take me a second. I'm going to do my brows, because this is really, really important, your brows. So what I do first of all is I use a brush, and I use the RevitaLash brow gel, which comes with a lovely brush. And you'll see, you can see my eyebrows are really, really grey at the moment, because I haven't been able to do them at all. So starting in the centre, I'm going to just take literally seconds, and I do hope I put it in the right place, but you can see the difference, and that's literally seconds. What you want to do with your eyes, particularly as you get older, as I'm getting older, you want to lift, so you always make sure there's more of the darker colour in the centre there. So that's why I want a little arch there. I don't want too much down here, but I do need a bit, because of course I'm very grey there. So just lipstick to add really, and that's it. I could put mascara on obviously as well if I want to do that, but that gives you an idea of the sort of makeup that I would use every day, and I hope you found that interesting. If you want to buy any products, we have them all here at Winslow Skincare. We've got a shop as well called shop.winslowskincare. There'll probably be a link below, and yeah, I hope you found it interesting, and I look forward to seeing you very soon in the clinic. Thanks for listening so much.